From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Cardinals, bishops, and priests moved the body of Pope Francis at the Vatican this morning to where it will stay for public viewing. Reporter Patrick Revel is there.
Pope Francis's body carried in a solemn procession, moved from his Vatican residence to St. Peter's Basilica. As bells tolled, dozens of clergymen leading his open coffin through a crowd on St. Peter's Square, up the steps into the Basilica for a prayer service. Francis's coffin will now rest there for 3 days until his funeral Saturday.
Some services were held in Canada yesterday to commemorate the life of the late Pope Francis.
Catholic faithful gathered in Toronto and Montreal on Tuesday. Cardinal Frank Leo told solemn mourners who bowed their heads at St. Michael's Cathedral Basilica in Toronto to remember the many ways the Pope served as the Church's spiritual father while embodying Christian ideals.
He had a great attentiveness to the person in front of him. He had a big heart.
Rob Westgate, The Canadian Press.
With just days to go before federal election day Monday, the attacks from the party leaders are heating up. Both the Liberals and Conservatives are critiquing each other's platforms. Hours after releasing his party's costed platform, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre slammed the Liberal plan at a rally in Vaughan, Ontario.
I don't want to be entirely unfair to the Liberals here. In fact, it's not that Carney's election platform is as bad as Trudeau's, in fairness. It's worse.
Poilievre charges the Liberal platform was actually authored for former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, a charge the Liberals say is categorically false. Liberal leader Mark Carney says the Tories' new plan relies on phantom math and growth assumptions that don't belong in this uncertain economic climate. It remains unclear how this might affect America's tariff war, but White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has cited successes at the Canada-U.S. border. Leavitt says operational border control is becoming a reality thanks to President Donald Trump, adding his administration's historic measures are yielding huge results. She claimed there's been a 95% drop in border apprehensions since March of last year in the Swanton sector of the northern border that includes New Hampshire, Vermont, and New York. A jury has been chosen, and the sexual assault trial of 5 former members of Canada's World Junior Hockey team is expected to begin today in London, Ontario. Dylan Dubé, Carter Hart, Michael McLeod, Cal Foote, and Alex Formenton have pleaded not guilty to charges laid last year in connection with an alleged assault on a woman at a hotel following the team's gold medal gala in June of 2018. 14 jurors and 2 alternates, mostly women, were chosen yesterday for the trial, expected to last 8 weeks. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Ottawa Senators 3-2 in overtime last night, and so will take a 2-0 lead in their first-round NHL playoff series to Ottawa to continue the Battle of Ontario Thursday night. Sens forward Adam Gaudette says Ottawa can take lots of positives from its performance.
Yeah, we played real well. Definitely stings to lose in overtime like that, but we really like where our game's at, and we're going back home now.
In the Battle of Florida, defending champion Florida Panthers whipped the Tampa Bay Lightning 6-2 in their opener. The Carolina Hurricanes beat New Jersey 3-1 to take a 2-0 lead in that series, and the Minnesota Wild have tied things up after a 5-2 victory over Vegas. In the first round of the NBA playoffs, Hamilton, Ontario's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 27 points, and the Oklahoma City Thunder dominated the Memphis Grizzlies to take a 2-0 lead in their series. And the Toronto Blue Jays lost their 4th in a row, falling 5-1 to the Houston Astros. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.